Want to draft?
What are you doing in my room? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Lou. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day today. We are joined by Ramsey. What's up, dude? Say hi to everybody.
What's up, man?
Ramsey considers himself an expert at Dominaria United Draft. And Ramsey came up with the idea to teach me how to draft Dominaria United because he says I'm terrible at it. So we're going to hang out. Ramsey's going to talk a little bit about Dominaria United Draft. We're going to draft some, and then later on I think we're going to see me play some games with or without you. We'll see what happens, how much time we have. But thanks for being here. Ramsey, what are your thoughts on Dominaria United Draft?
Dominaria United is one of the best draft sets that Magic Arena has seen. It's definitely in the top 5, not quite top 3. Ikoria was pretty good, but it is so deep. All of the colors play into each other super well thanks to the common run of tap lands, of the dual tap lands. Yeah. It makes it so that you can play any sort of color pair. A lot of the top decks are just super fun to play. And it's really, really specifically unique in draft in the fact that you normally don't know what deck you're winding up in until about pack 3.
That's different. That's different for me. I usually pick my deck like pack 2 or pick 2. I'm like, oh, I'm committed to this. And
if you do
that's why I'm so bad at draft.
Yeah, if you do that in DM, you definitely messed up.
So we draft at Captain's Market every Friday night. So if you're in the Valley of West Virginia, the Valley, no one knows what that means. If you're in the Valley, you know where you are. Come hang out on Friday nights at 7 o'clock. And we're going to be on Arena, but all this collaborates into regular draft, right? It's all transferable into paper draft.
Combine, I'll smoke you.
Arena just makes it easier to record the video. So let's hop into it. We're going to do a draft, and we're going to see what happens, and we're going to pick out my cards and have some fun with it.
Alright, so what we're working with here is we have some pretty decent cards in the pack here. What I'm looking at straight here is the top green one, the Brawler. That one is an absolute beatdown in the Domain deck. So the Domain deck is one of the key archetypes here is the more dual lands you pick, the more you're going into Domain. There's a lot of cards with incidental effects that power up because you have multiple land types. The other stuff I'm looking at is Lightning Strike at the bottom left. 3 damage, target anything.
I like removal.
Yeah.
I always draft removal.
Super good. What else do we have in the packer? We have Gibbering Barricade, which is actually pretty good in a defender deck as well.
Where's that
at? It's at the top with the black. There we go. Right on top of it. And then, you know what? Give me this mouse. And then we have Shield Wall Sentinel, which is another really, really good one. There's a secret draft deck in here called the Wall deck with Wingmetal Chaplain. This card is the key player in that deck, but I think what we need to pick here is removal, just starting off. And
I like it. I always pick removal. That's what I go for all the time.
I mean, it's a fair play. As long as you can kill their creatures, they really can't kill you. Right? So that's the other way around. What else we have here? We have Keldon Strike Team, white, red. ETBs, if it was kick, create 2 soldiers, and then they have haste. Cracks in for 5 damage out of nowhere. Huge, great card in red aggressive decks. The other thing we're looking at is Stall for Time. It does exactly that. It draws a card, it replaces itself, taps 2 target creatures, and freezes them up with a stun counter.
More removal. It's basically removal.
Is exactly what it is. A lot of cantrips are super good.
I like going removal.
You like removal?
I think we go removal.
Okay. We can keep on.
Are we like almost committed to 3 colors there already though? Is that normal?
It's super easy to run 3 colors in this format. What we're going to have to do though is we're going to have to take our medicine here soon and start taking dual lands over actual picks.
That sounds fun.
It's not very entertaining to take dual lands, but sometimes you just have to, you know, bite the bullet and take it down. What else we're looking at here? We're looking at Floriferous Vine Wall. So this thing looks bad. 0/2 2 mana defender. Look at the top 6. Reveal a land.
So you're not picking colors yet?
No, not at all.
See, I would have already committed.
Yeah, you don't want to commit yet.
I'd be like, I'm in 3 colors. That's it. I wouldn't even look at the other cards.
You do not want to commit yet. Committing too early in this format is going to put you down a really, really bad road because of the dual lands. You can play any sort of color combination and splash heavily.
Okay.
Heroic Charge is huge here to finish out a game. 2/1, all creatures, super strong. Joda's Codex, if you're good at Magic, this is a great card, but you're going to be playing it, so I'm not going to pick that. Bone Rattle is a little bit of recursion with Domain, but I think Floriferous Vine Wall is the pick here. It looks bad. I know it's an 0/2 defender, find a land, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good for stalling out a board state.
Okay. We're gonna be playing those slow games.
Most of Dominaria is slow games. That's what I'm liking about it, is because it's slow, you don't get just beat out by aggro decks every 5 seconds.
Okay.
Eerie Soul Tender is one of the main picks here. Mill 3 and then recur. So from your graveyard to your hand whenever you pay 5. Really fantastic with Eerie Soul Tender. Let's see what else she could do. We have a Phoenix Chick, which is fairly aggressive, 1/1 flying haste. You can pay 2 to bring it back from your graveyard if you attacked with 3 or more creatures. Really, this pack's kind of a stinker at the end of the day. But we already have...
So this is where you would be looking for like a dual land right now. You would just take that, but...
I would love it to take a dual land right now, but we have Pixie Illusionist, which can fix stuff if we want to go into blue. We have Vine Shaper Prodigy, which works into Flourish's Vine Wall. If you guys don't know what these do, pause, read over the card. Right now we're kind of getting into the time limit side of the draft, so what we have here is, this is probably the best card in the pack. Read it and tell me if it's good.
For 1/1 counter target creature, protects you from any board wipes or any direct damage spells. It's the opposite of what I love.
Yeah, right?
Love it.
I never want to take those ever in draft, but just something about it, getting that indestructible plus the counter is just...
Yeah.
The format's so slow that normally they're trying to 2-for-1 you with removal, and this is just a way to get around it. So kind of what we're looking at right now, with this one being the better card in the pack. The honorable mention is Hurler Cyclops. Sack a creature, deal 1 damage to any target. That's an honorable mention, but this is what we're looking at because we have 2 green, we have a white, blue. These are all going into the same deck. I think it just picked it for us,
so we're committed to it.
I mean, I definitely hovered over it to make sure to pick it up. Nobody's taken this yet, which means that the payoff for the wall deck did not come. It's called Wingmail Chaplain. It's a white card. Anytime you play a defender, you get birds. Gotcha. It's really powerful. So I'm going to do something a little bit weird.
We're not doing any graveyard stuff yet.
Not yet.
So at this point, do you kind of start ruling out black because you don't have?
Yes, you do. At kind of. Unless something really busted comes in, actually we're going to take our medicine here, take the root wall. So this is a 2/2 that can power up over time. I really wanted to take that defender one because it tutors a defender. Yeah. But that's honestly just conjecture. Like, right. That's hoping that you open a chase uncommon. Okay. Guy's Mind's huge. This is big. 1/1 for each basic land type you control. That's exactly where we want to be. Yeah. We were looking at
Take Up the Shield earlier. That's pretty. It's pretty good.
Cantrips are huge in this format, especially because we're looking at some like green, white, blue mix right now.
Right.
It's kind of what we're starting
to start seeing that play out. I like it. I like it.
Bringing in here.
Splash a little bit removal and red.
Let's see here.
So we got no.
What do you got?
It's like I wouldn't take. I would. I mean, you're even looking at the blue cards. Or you're just going green, red.
I mean, I'm looking at the blue cards right now because it's super easy to run 3 colors in this set, and Vine Shaper Prodigy wants to kick with blue. Stall for Time wants to kick with blue. So honestly, we're not locked into blue or white. So what I'm thinking of is Flourish's Vine Wall, which is green, so we will have base green, but that can tutor out a Plains, that could tutor out an island. So now we have a ton of flexible.
Ooh, that Plaza stayed. That makes sense.
This card's super cool.
Yeah, but we're never gonna kick that. We're never gonna kick that.
It's super cool. What does this Plaza even do?
One mana of any color. But it's all legendary. It's not gonna be used for draft.
I mean, it's a commander card. There is a squiggly deck.
It's a commander deck card.
So it's between the Root Walla here, 2/2.
I'd take the Root Walla. I would take the Root Walla. We're not
taking land. We're taking land. I'm telling you, we're taking land.
All right. To trigger domain, is that what it does?
Yes, we want to trigger domain super bad. So we may not use the black there, but as long as we have it on the battlefield. It's helping with the domain. Yep. This is a slow format, so people are going to be trying to control us. So we have time to play tap lands. Honestly.
That's understanding the different formats in each set is really, like, we draft different sets every week at the Cavernings Market. So like understanding that each set has a different feel it's a tough Tough
It's
pill
hard
to swallow.
to find that tempo, yeah, because like some of the decks are super fast. What the heck was it? It was Ikoria was super fast.
Yeah.
This one's pretty slow. So this one's pretty good for our deck.
Yeah. It was...
1/1, 1 drop. You could kick it to make it a 3/3 flyer, and it fixes your mana.
Flyers and draft are so good.
They are. Let's see here. Both are
Flyers
pretty
and
bad.
removal. I mean, if you get flyers and removal, that's a hard deck to beat in any format of draft.
I mean, that's kind of been the name of the game since I started drafting forever ago, is if you pick flyers, you kind of win at the end of the day.
Right.
But at the same time, there's so many flyers in this set. I mean, look at this pack alone. We have
You know, this
one,
is the
two,
first
three.
set that doesn't have any textless, or doesn't have any just vanilla cards. Every single
Really?
card, every single creature in the set has some form of ability. It's the first time ever in a Magic set.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That explains why I have to spend an hour reading these
Yep,
cards, and I
there's
feel like
no
50
vanilla.
seconds is not enough to pick.
There's no vanilla cards.
This one is huge here. Micromancer. 3/3 for 4. ETB, find an instant or sorcery, mana value 1, reveal it, put into your hand.
Yeah,
This card
so we can
is
go get our guys
huge.
might. We can
Yeah.
go get, yep.
Guys might, we can snag. There's a whole lot of beautiful little cantrips that we can
Right.
play with. This is a 2-for-1 set. If you are playing this set, you need to make sure that your card doesn't do one thing, make it do two things. That's the whole
Yeah.
point of kicker sets. You want to be able to pay that kicker cost.
That's cool.
Let's see here. That would be taking our medicine.
Yeah, that's a perfect.
But what else do we have here?
Well, you got Deathbloom Gardener, 1/1 with Death Touch, add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty good.
That one's pretty slapping, but the only thing that I don't love about
Three
this
costs.
is, no, it adds 1 mana of any color, but it doesn't do anything for domain.
That's true.
So yes, it fixes our coloration, but
Yeah.
it doesn't actually do anything domain-wise. Founding the Third Path is kind of the one that I'm eyeing down here. May cast instant sorcery spell without paying its mana cost, mill, and exile and copy a spell.
Double your graveyard spell. That's pretty good.
There's also Impede Momentum, which can be good. Tap a thing, keep it stunned for 3 turns. Pretty good.
Removal.
Stun is a newer one, right? Stun
Yeah.
is a newer key text. Was that this set or?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Stun is a newer one. It used to just be tap it. It doesn't untap on the next untap step.
Wow, 2 dual lands here.
That's actually really good for us to notice. So
No one's gone in domain.
yeah,
There's
so
another
people in
Gaia's
access might
Might
not
there.
be
You
going
gotta take the
domain.
Gaia's Might here.
The Gaia's Might is an utter beatdown. I mean, just imagine that we slap down a Pixie and we just start Gaia's Mighting it over and over again. But Gaia's Might isn't going to do anything if we don't have the right mana base. I think Gaia's Might will. I think we're the only person in green because we've been getting really
Yeah,
late.
I
green
agree.
picks.
I agree.
So we're going to go with, I'm thinking Radiant Grove. The other call out
Oh,
here.
you think Gaia's Might's gonna come back around?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to come back around to
Let's
us.
put a bet on it. You want to bet?
I do want to bet.
All right, $5.
I do
Gaia's
wanna
Might
bet.
comes back around.
How
bet
about a
$1,000.
pack?
A pack, sure.
How
it's
about
the
a
same
pack
thing.
of DMU?
All right. Draft pack.
Draft. What do we have here? We have.
You got a big beady guy, Mossword Ancient. Gain 5 life, 7/7 for 5 with
I've
trample.
never played this card. I'll be honest with you, I've never played it. I've played a lot of Dominaria.
Dies to
I have
removal.
lost to it quite a few times. I've never played
Exactly.
it. What strikes my mind is probably the best blue card in the set here, Tolarian Terror. 7 mana, very similar beady, 5/5/5, but Ward 2, and he casts less for each instant and
Okay.
sorcery.
The Ward
he
2 is
casts.
pretty good on that. I like that.
And he can come down to a 4-cost,
no
3-cost in
trample.
this kind of deck. No, it's not trample, but I'm telling you, Tolarian
Why
is very
did you
hard to
pass on Artillery Blast there with the domain?
Because it only wants to trigger out tapped creatures, and it is more mana than I want to pay for a cantrip. If I want to pay 2 mana, I want to do something like Essence Scatter. I want to take out a threat before it even becomes a problem.
Makes sense.
Soaring Drake, super good here on Flyers. As you said earlier, Flyers win drafts. But I think what we're looking at is Essence Scatter, because kind of how these blue-green, blue-white decks are playing out, even the blue-black control especially, is turn 1, 2, and 3, you're not really doing anything, you're kind of waiting. So that turn 2 or 3 Essence Scatter means a lot for the deck, because you're trying to slow down and grind out the game as much as you can.
Okay.
I'm doing horrible at keeping this stuff on the bottom here.
It doesn't. It should do it for you. It should do
nobody
it
look at
for
that.
you.
We're going to do it this way. There we go. That's what I'm used to seeing.
Ooh, mixing it up. Making
That's
it
what
hard,
I'm used to saying. There
Making
we
it
go.
hard for the editor. I'm not gonna edit it. It's gonna get posted.
We're looking at,
I like that.
yeah, right? It's just
It's
super
got
good.
some pseudo removal, 5 cost 4/4 with ward. That's pretty good.
Works out pretty solid. And honestly, the only other thing I'm looking at is espionage here.
And we don't like that card. We already said we don't like that one. That third pass there.
Sentry, 4/4 reach. There's a lot of flyers, but I kind of want to do more than just a vanilla creature. Tear Asunder, exile target artifact or enchantment. If it was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. You know what? We can actually play this really, really well. There's a lot of enchantments that take away your creatures.
Okay.
And this is a perfect way to knock out.
And you can kick it and get rid of anything.
I think I want the first Tear Asunder rather than a second Saga, because Founding the Path
I
is
didn't
really
realize we already
good.
had one of those.
Ooh. Colossal Growth is sweetness. We don't have any red lands for us to get into there, but we do have a Pixie.
Trample and haste is pretty good.
Yeah. And honestly, it doesn't even need to be kicked at the end of the day. It's a fairly cheap cantrip. It makes sure that we can interact. Poor Lightning Strike. First pick Lightning Strike for a removal and never get to it at the end of the day. Flying Enlist, 2/2. For those of you who don't know, Enlist is whenever this attacks, tap down another creature, this gets its power. Think of it like a pseudo crew.
Okay.
It's kind of like a crew. And then Negate's just out of the question. It's just
Not enough
too
non-creature
flimsy.
spells.
Yeah, it's just too flimsy. There's a lot of non-creature spells in the format, but you don't want to hold up mana for them to play a creature.
Gotcha.
And you to be bricked. Impede momentum, tap target creature, put stun counters on it. Not really happy with that. This is kind of
A dead pack.
yeah, this is kind of a dead pick over here, but I mean, it makes sense. We're getting deeper into the picks. So what we're looking at right now is more of a, yes!
Dang it.
Will.
Dang it.
That'll be a Pacademia, please.
Oh, you pack. That's
I'm
why I
going to
wanted
pull out
draft
like
pack.
Shieldred or something.
It's fine.
I'm going to pull out a nice chase card and you're going to love it. This is insane to me. Impulse is one of the best cards in the set.
Okay.
Look at the top 4, one to your hand, the rest into your library.
Pretty good.
It is insane. So is Shore Up though. Shore Up is super good, but if those wield, that means that pack 3, we're going to be open on green, and we're going to be open
Pretty
on
open
blue
on
cantrips.
blue. That's like perfect colors for us.
We just want to stall out the game. Is kind of the, this card's so bad. I've never seen a like turtle crab.
2/5 for 4 with like really no effect. All right, at this point, do we?
We're betting into green, blue, splash white, I think is what we're looking at right now.
Green, blue, splash, white.
Yeah, it's not really a strong color pairing in the format. However, as I said, this format, just about everything's good because you have mana fixing. So while green, blue isn't commonly drafted, there are times when you find yourself in that color pairing. And I think that's where we are. Nobody's taking the late cantrips. We're getting past
Green,
good green
blue,
cards.
stall. It's gonna be so much fun to play this deck, everyone. The content is gonna be just
No, it's dude, you're gonna feel so good bouncing their best thing, drawing a card, playing another creature. I'm telling you, it's, wow. Read this. Read this.
Domain, perfect for us. Reach, trample, 3/4/4, or 4/3 for 3. Return it from the graveyard. The battlefield tapped. It gains a permanent. Would leave the battlefield exile instead. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. This
Is there a
card-
lot of graveyard mechanics in the draft?
There is.
We didn't really focus in on
There
black.
is a lot. Yeah, the black-green combo is kind of like keep on recurring stuff over and
So
over.
you have to pay that for domain? Oh, you return it from the graveyard to the battle. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so late game it just keeps on coming back over and
that's
over.
right.
There's not a lot of ways to get rid of it for good other than enchantments, which is why earlier we took a Tear Asunder to break out the enchantments.
Okay.
Here you go. That's exactly what you were looking for.
Gotcha.
Return target creature from graveyard to your hand. Eerie Soul Tender does this as well. If you guys like graveyard recursion, black-green is this is one of the sets to do it. It's to the point to where we can actually, if we had
splash.
better lands, we could. But
Take that Drake, just get a flyer.
honestly,
I saw non-land mana value 2 or less. You get some more lockdown, but 2 costs on or double white's rough for us.
I'm really surprised that Writhing Necromass came so late into the draft. This is one of the key chase black common cards in draft. It's a 5/5 death touch, and it gets cheaper the more things that died. It's kind of right where you want to be in the black-green decks. All right, what we're looking
Juniper?
at here.
We should play a game called Guess Ramsey's Pick. Juniper?
Juniper. ETBs. That's close. That's super, super close.
Yeah. What did I miss?
I'm looking at Heroic Charge.
But
I'm looking at potentially getting into there. Honestly, I don't like any of these. To be honest with
Heroic
you,
Charge, like you gotta get both white, and we don't really have the kicker.
Now you're thinking like a drafter. That was a test.
Yeah, like that was a test of basic Magic. No. It's like I played Magic before. I'm just not good. It's like I understand the basics.
What we're looking at, I'm really surprised that this one came in late.
Sojourner looks good. Sojourner, I can't pronounce any of his names.
Sojourner?
Oh, you can't pronounce them either. That's perfect. We'll both get the comment section hate.
I'm really liking Vinyl on this pick. Again, it's just something about, we have a couple.
Yeah.
We have a couple.
Yeah.
The name of the game is Stall It Out, Play Big Thing.
I'm a big fan of going for consistency.
Yeah.
In draft, like in any format. Like I like knowing, like, you know.
Knowing that you're going to hit the Vinyl. Well,
we can get another one.
How consistent do you want to be?
All vine walls.
I'm telling you, it's so much better. I kind of want to take that because I think that we have
we can splash some.
We can splash some things. Honestly, we could get to the Writhing Necromancer.
Well, even if we don't even put the card in, there's a couple things that need kicked.
Terror Stunner one's kicked.
And it triggers Domain. That seems like a good.
I think that's where we want. This is one of the better Domain payoffs. Maria's Outrider. I know that we didn't get to see it, but it is
Radiant Grove. That's our card.
Radiant Grove looks super good, but read over this one. If it was
3
kicked
for 3/2.
It's expensive, but we're playing a late game.
Yeah, that's good.
But the Radiant Growth is what's looking good here.
We're not going to get this wheeled around, right?
No. Nothing's going to wheel. I think we're going to go in for the creature here.
I like it.
You were on the right. You were on the right track, though. You were on the right track. Let's see here. Heroic Charge again. Honestly, if we had any sort of red, I would love it.
What's the domain on the Scavenger there? The Rogue.
Oh, this one. Pretty much Scry.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at. Vine Shaper Prodigy is kind of where we want to be right now. It's going to give us a little bit of filtering.
Okay.
That's
pretty good.
So we pick into it. The Deathbloom Gardener blocks other Tolarian
You hated
terrors.
that card earlier.
I did.
I like the Death Touch on that. You're preventing people from attacking you late game with their
that is exactly what I was thinking was because we talked about the Writhing Necromancer, big 5/5 boy. Look, now we get paid off. We didn't take the Vine Shaper. Now we do. So Writhing Necromancer is a big payoff for black. One of the big payoffs for blue is the Tolarian Terror. It's these big creatures that are harder to get rid of. And Deathbloom Gardener does do that well with the Death Touch. The problem is early game, I really want to guarantee myself into a color.
Yeah.
Another Writhing Necromancer would be pretty good. These are all pretty booty. That card is a trap.
It's a trap.
Just giving you that heads up. It reads super well, and then it plays out horribly.
Interesting.
Pretty much what that other card said, the Slimefoot Survey is domain, look at X cards, put X lands. And it sounds great, but you play it so late that your mana base is already good.
Gotcha.
There you go. Big old beatdown.
Yeah.
Can you say the name?
Yavimaya Sojourner. All right, now that's the hardest part about drafting.
Making it come together?
Making it come together.
All right.
So we are going green, we're going Simic splashing white still. Maybe splashing black.
We can do both.
So what do you do first? Because usually I pick the removal first. I go through and I say I need at least 7 removal.
That... I wish I could get 7 removal in a draft. I'd be a much higher rank than I currently am.
Don't draft with me, because all I do is removal. All right, so you throw everything in at once.
Yeah, I'm taking it all out here so we could have a better look at it. This is kind of how I go about it. Super annoying. I kind of want a button of, hey, get rid of this deck and put it away.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I do is I like to put in the colors that are... or the cards that are pulling me into that color. And normally that is removal. Those are my bombs. So
all right, but go to the basics. You run 17 lands? What are you going to do?
17 lands.
Okay, so we need 23 cards. And on this type of format, what are you looking for creatures versus your cantrips and that kind of thing?
Really depends.
It depends on your draft.
As I was telling you about DMU being such a great set is that so many of the color pairings you can run.
Okay.
We are more than likely going to be a base blue play green and white with it for this deck. Blue and green is not really one of the key staples of this format, but I think our deck is still going to be really, really good because we have so much flexibility with
Thinking mono blue, but going into the kicker.
Yes. Think that we're going to be the blue base, and then we need to have enough ways for us to generate mana, which we have decent for. Dual lands is kind of where we want to be on this. The black is going to help us cover up kickers, but it's also going to help cover up the domain. So we're going to be base blue or base green and move into that. Something that helps us do that is the Vine Wall. That's kind of why we picked it. It lets us get the land that we need.
It's almost like we planned it.
And then we also have the Pixie Illusionist. So let's get in there as well. So we should be good on fixing. We should be good on fixing, but what we need to remember is we need to, if we have a Floriferous Vine Wall in our opening hand, we need to be able to play it. So now that I noticed that, I'm going to flex from blue base to a green base. Yeah. So we're looking at stuff that wants to pull me in. This is a great card. And as you said, anything removal wants to pull you in. So Tolarian Geyser is bounce, draw a card.
Yeah, that's great.
It replaces itself.
It's a fantastic card.
It's so strong. It's so strong. Essence Scatter. Now, there are sets where this is a horrible thing. You're shaking your head. I'm telling you, there are sets where Essence Scatter is horrible.
I'd rather have removal. Because I can remove it on my turn. I have to hold my mana for them on their turn.
What if I told you that we're going to have no turn 3 plays, more than likely?
That's fine. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It's not bad.
So most sets, I cannot stand counters for that exact reason. But this is a set where the turn 3, turn 4 creature is so impactful that Essence Scatter just works out in this set. This is one of the
drafted it once. So.
You're the one that's going to have to play it, so good luck losing. We're going into...
I want you to know, I'm going to blame every one of my losses on you.
I hope you do.
That's why I let you take the
I hope you do. And as soon as you start winning, you are going to be like, man, I'm so good with such a bad deck.
If people watch the gameplay video without watching this, they're going to be like, who does he keep blaming? Why is he talking? I'm like, dang it, Ramsey. Like, what's this Ramsey guy yelling at us?
That's exactly, I mean... I'm used to kind of taking that kind of side. So my Necromancer is one of the big payoffs that we have here. Search your library for a 1-cost cantrip. This is the reason we grab Gaia's Mites. Search your library for a giant pump spell.
Wow.
Your mouse is...
My mouse is crazy.
Having a little bit of a disco party there. So what do we got here? We have 6 cards, most of them spells, which instants and sorceries, which I'm planning them to be.
Gosh, this is so much easier than drafting in real life.
Right, you can take a look at your actual curve.
I can't tell you how many times I've counted all my cards and then put my deck together and it's 42 cards. Like, dang it, I can't count.
I have to pull out a calculator every single time and be like, all right, what is my mana base like?
Then like subtracting anything from 17 is impossible. Like the number 17 is just a hard number.
It just eludes you?
Yeah. All right.
You may be the only person on this. So Impulse is the next one that's super good. As I said, this is a very, very slow format. We want to be able to play these cantrips that kind of replace themselves. So where this plays into this Impulse, this Impede Momentum, those little cantrips are going to play into Tolarian Terror. This is what you want. This is not a blue card that you want to pass up.
Right.
I snapped this. It was like pack 2, pick 4, something like that.
Yeah, nobody was running blue.
That's one of the best payoffs for playing blue. So the fact that it's that, right?
Sometimes I just draft for the artwork.
That you shouldn't do that. Please don't do that again.
At least I lose and look good.
Bad.
You know?
We're moving over into, let's see here. We want more spells to play with Tolarian Terrors. So, Founding the Third Path is going to let us cast our stuff. Read Ahead.
I like it.
Is decent. It gives you options. Options is where you want to be. And then Pixie Illusionist. Target land becomes the basic land type of your choice.
Oh, there we go. Trigger that domain.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Just where we want to be. And now that we have kind of this blue base, so the right side of our deck does look pretty much blue. But as I said, we really want to be able to play these Vine Walls on curve.
Okay.
As much as possible. The Hydromancer we're going to want to put in. This is just in our colors. It's going to give us some 2-for-1 potential. Root Wallet is going to get bigger. The game goes on. 2 for 2, not fancy. Late game though, this can easily become a 5/5, a 6/6.
Right.
With how we're looking to be. We don't need all of these prodigies. Prodigies are actually pretty mid, but that's only because blue-green isn't a commonly drafted set, but we are looking to have a decent blue-green deck.
You're paying 2 to draw a card after looking at 3 of them. That's pretty good.
Right, and it's its own body, so it's at least going to be gum up the board. There's a lot of like 1/3s, 2/2s, low death touch creatures in this format that you need to be able to deal with, as well as tokens. Green, white, and red, white love tokens in this format, so this one's going to be able to block it off. Let's see, what else do we have?
How about that other domain green down there? Go to the back. The Sojourner.
Sojourner?
Sojourner.
Our shawarma down here.
How about that tree folk? How about that tree folk down there?
Yavi Maya shawarma, 4/6 domain. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to knock this down to a takeaway 4. It's an 8 cost, so potentially a 4 for a 4/6. Is that where you want to be?
That's not that good. No, you're right. That sucks.
Do you want to pay a 4 or 5 for a 4/6?
Get out of here! Can you burn cards? Can you rip cards on here?
That'd be really awesome. You just have this like
This card sucks.
Embers fly across the screen.
Don't rip magic cards, people. That's not respecting the game or something like that. Somebody yelled at me once.
Really?
No, I'm just joking. Just making content.
Mark Rosewater just like pops out from the corner of the screen. Don't rip magic cards,
This is why I don't let people play Flip It or Rip It in my shop, though. I don't.
Flip It or Rip is really good.
No, he's not allowed. Get kicked out.
Take Up the Shield is going to keep us alive if we can hit this white mana. We do have 2 Radiant Groves. We have a Pixie Illusionist. We have Vine Walls. We should be able to hit
Let's do it.
Take Up the Shield to keep us alive. Stall for time. Tap stuff. Stun it. Replaces itself.
Perfect.
We are on 19 cards right now. We are looking at 10 creatures.
We need more cantrips.
You may be asking yourself, how do we win this game? Tolarian Terror. Get him out, protect him, stall out the board. Green Widow, Tolarian Terror. Now, these games are going to last long. Okay? So be ready for that.
Can't wait.
These are going to be long lasting.
Maybe we'll live stream me playing instead of making videos.
There you go. That may be a little bit easier at the end of the day. We are going to have Terra Sunder here to put you in to get rid of the nasty enchantments that's going to snap up your creatures. We already have 1 Vine Shaper Prodigy in here. I'm looking at Colossal Growth here. We don't have any red to kick it into, which is pretty lame.
But you said we didn't need it when we pulled it. You said,
yeah, I mean,
sorry, kicker's not that great anyway. Those are words.
Kicker's amazing. No, I didn't. This kick. Oh, ooh, we're gonna fight. We're gonna box. The 3/3 could be super
I like
good
the
with
Drake.
The you like the Drake?
Yeah, we need some flying.
You're playing it. Yeah, we'll take a flyer in there. And then we'll go with final pick. What are we thinking?
Oh, that was
you were super hard onto the Death Blue.
Oh, like the card sucks.
You were really into it.
It's good. It's got removal.
Yeah.
Death Touch, man.
Do you want it?
Yeah, I want it.
That's what we're taking.
Yeah.
We'll throw in these. Slap in the lands, and we need to take a look at this.
You just take the suggested lands? No.
No. I like to see where they put it, and then from there.
I usually count the number of mana symbols, like the actual colored converted mana costs, and then I do it on ratio.
Really?
Yeah. So like I would count all the blue mana costs because that allows you to take into account like a double cost, and then I do it on ratio, so that I literally ratio it out.
I used to do stuff like that until I started playing arena drafts only.
And then it just kind of tells you.
And then it just kind of
statistics. You have all the statistics there that you need. Yeah.
I'll go on to 17lands.com, make sure that my mana base is correct.
I rather support the local game store. So.
I agree, as you should.
We got a low curve though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to give us time to kick. So it looks like a low curve, but at the same time, we want to kick things. And that's the beautiful thing of kicker decks is you have interaction early, and then late once you have more mana, those same cards just get better over time. That's the beauty of a kicker's set. So we currently have 3 white sources, which is going to be just fine for kicking. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 forest setups. It's going to let us hit the Floriferous Vine Wall. We have 2 black. Maybe we'll kick our
Terra Sunder.
Tear Asunder, maybe we won't. Do we care enough for that? No, but Domain. We definitely want Domain for Root Wallen. So we're going to keep it in. I think this looks good to ship. It's going to be a long con. You're going to want to play a lot of cantrips early. Keep yourself alive. If you have S and Scatter in your opening hand, that's your turn 3 play. Just wait. I know you hate it, but sometimes you need to be a big boy.
All right.
And here, we're going to make...
I want you to know...
There it goes. Just so you remember, we're making the deck box S and Scatter.
Sit back and be slow decks, not the way I play Magic. But, yeah, we'll go for it.
I promise you, if you try to force something in this set,
I always force
really
it. That's what I do. That's why I said
such a bad time.
I'm actually pretty good at draft. I usually end up second or third in draft.
Tell you what, the next time we play, I will make sure that we get a really aggressive deck. Go.
Oh, yeah,
You may be able to force it.
We'll just play more. You know, it'll be good.
We'll just play more and see which aggressive decks work out well.
All right, everyone. So thanks for watching this video. We will thank you for your wisdom and drafting for me, so I don't have to draft for myself. And
I like the draft part. I'm bad at the play part.
We will see how I can play this on the next couple days on the channel. So make sure you hit subscribe and follow along with that. And if you'd like more of this content, hit subscribe. Let us know that you want me to do more of this stuff, and we'll do it. And dude, appreciate you.
Hey, been real. Thanks, guys.
Be kind to people around you. We'll see you again next video.